Let's dive into a question that changes literally everything we know about modern India. A real what-if that reshapes our entire reality. What if the British Empire had never left?
Okay, I want you to join me in a quick thought experiment. Picture it. It's the year 2025. The world feels familiar, but as you start your day, you realize something is just fundamentally wrong.
You're waking up, but what does that sound? It's not a Bollywood hit, not the temple bell. It's the distant, strange sound of bagpipes drifting through the air. You reach for your wallet to pay for your morning chai and you pull out a note. But you do a double take. There's no Gandhi staring back at you, it's King Charles. And then, the final piece of the puzzle. You look outside and flying from the flagpole isn't our beautiful Tiranga, it's the Union Jack. In this alternate world, India never got its freedom.
So how on earth did we get here? Well, it all hinges on one single moment in history, a moment that, in this reality, just never happened. Let's look at that crucial turning point.
You see, 1947 was the great crossroads. In our timeline, India achieved independence. But in this scenario, that path was never taken. There was no famous tryst with destiny speech by Nehru, no constitution crafted by the brilliant Dr. Ambedkar. Just more of the same. A colony ruled from London.
So, what would life actually be like? Let's break down the reality of an India that remained politically, economically, and culturally chained to the British Empire.
Politically, it would be night and day. Forget being the world's largest democracy. A governor-general would rule from on high, and any dissent, any protest, would be crushed, instantly. Leaders we revere, like Gandhi or Subhas Chandra Bose, would either be locked away for life or just erased from history. And an elected parliament? Nope. Instead, you'd get a powerless council filled with puppets.
Okay, beyond the politics, the economic impact would have been absolutely devastating. What would have happened to the wealth, the industry, and the future of a billion people?
The British economic model was simple: drain India's wealth. And that system, it would have just continued relentlessly. India would be forced to export its raw material like cotton, while our own local industries were systematically shut down to kill any competition. The rupee would be permanently tied to the pound, and our entire financial system, the Reserve Bank, would be taking orders directly from London. Poverty wouldn't be a problem to be solved, it would be a permanent feature of the system.
You can see the two paths so clearly. Instead of becoming a global tech hub, India would have stayed a huge agricultural colony, a land of coolies. There'd be no Make in India, and companies that are now global giants like Tata and Infosys, they just wouldn't exist, period.
This single phrase, this would replace our entire history. It's not just a slogan, it's what they teach in schools. Imagine generations of kids not learning about the freedom struggle, but instead being taught to celebrate their own subjugation, to see their identity only through the eyes of the crown.
And this cultural re-engineering would be immense. In schools, Shakespeare would replace Tagore. Our beautiful, vibrant regional languages, Hindi, Tamil, Bengali, would slowly fade away under the weight of English. There would be no Bollywood as we know it, just British cinema. And our rich festivals, they'd be stripped of their meaning, just turned into quaint little things for tourists. National pride would be systematically erased.
This whole idea extends to the world stage. India's role globally would be completely different. It wouldn't be an independent nation. It would just be a resource, a tool to be used by the empire.
So what does that mean? Well, no ambitious space missions like Chandrayaan. Our best scientists might just be clerks in London. There would have been no non-aligned movement during the Cold War and no strong, independent voice for the global South. And geopolitically, without India's democratic and independent presence, China might have dominated Asia completely, with no one to challenge its influence.
Thinking about this alternate history really brings us back to our own reality. It forces us to ask why that moment in 1947 was so incredibly important and what it truly means for us today.
It's not just about politics or economics. What is the fundamental thing we would lose? What is the intangible cost of never being free?
We'd lose our identity, our collective voice. We'd lose our unique, vibrant, and sometimes frustrating chaos. The very essence of our culture, our food, our cinema, our arguments, all of it is born from being able to decide for ourselves. We'd lose our pride. Think about it. Every traffic jam, every loud debate, every single bit of the messy, complicated reality of modern India, that's the sound of our freedom. It's the sound of a billion people making their own choices, for better or for worse.
So as we wrap this up, let's remember this one thing. Freedom was never a gift. It was earned. It was earned through immense sacrifice, in blood, in hunger, and in hope. And appreciating that fact is the first step to keeping it alive.